We're back with Harrowings in the Passing Show. A little bit of who, what, when, and where here in Washington, D.C. See about 6, 7, 8 different members species, 9, and on it goes. The Passing Show just to bring you a little bit of who, what, when, and where here in Washington. Do what we can, with what we have. Saturday, so it looks like mail is being distributed. It's an armory, I think, was in the street. Be a power relay station. I remember there was some sort of power outage in this area. I think it might have been associated with this building, all bricked up as it is. We're at N and 22nd Street, heading for S and 21st. Westbrook Place across the way. Yeah. Fence bent out of shape by a tree. The fence is older than the diameter of that tree anyway. Some things are a little broken up here and there. Other things a little better finished. As we move up past apartment buildings, plenty. And these row houses. I'm tucked into the row in S Street, northwest. That stretches up over between Connecticut and Florida. It's crossing. And Massachusetts Avenue to our west just flows down into Sheridan Circle and then on down to DuPont Circle. Not quite up even with DuPont Circle yet. I'll be crossing O Street shortly. You can get a lot of information from the passing show. Scattered bits of data about who, what, when, and where here in Washington, D.C. On the 18th of July, 2026, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, exactly 3 p.m. Can't see the sky much because of the smoke that lingers in the atmosphere from the Canadian wildfires. Going to be part of the history of this moment. I'm coming away from a performance of the Washington Tattoo, 250th anniversary celebration of the United States of America, featuring bands of the armed forces, military music primarily. But it benefits our veterans. They suffer from PTSD, so as to address the problem of veteran suicide through music and fellowship. And it's a great institution. Highly recommend people familiarize themselves with the Washington Tattoo and its founder, Mark Riley, Billy White, members of the Old Guard National Fife and Drum Corps of the 3rd Armored Infantry Division, 3rd Infantry Division of the Army, that is. That's where I got my Toyota worked on last, Embassy Rochelle. Cost about $500 to replace the cooling fan for the air conditioner. Hopefully it'll hold up for a while. Tigani Hair Boutique. I got my hair cut at Diego's on Hughes Street, which is a famous place at home of the power cut. So that everybody who's anybody has had their hair cut there. Compass Coffee. We're going to be crossing P Street here. See the National Guard. I want you to go home. liquor, beer and wine there, a little fireplace. Having difficulties with bikes. Oh well. Skunkies locked up. Monument to a Ukrainian poet, hero of the Ukrainian independence movement. It's over there. And here's the Baron Hotel, DC Comedy Loft. Beer Baron Hotel and Tavern. It was at one time the Ratskeller. That's changed. See some of the folks who are performing. A scarlet crepe myrtle. Broke out with crepe myrtles around here. There's another pinker one up ahead. Several in my neighborhood. One grows in front of my house. You can see the overcast and cloud cover up there. A little breeze on right now, moving the air around, but it is full of Canadian wildfire smoke. I understand Minnesota wildfires are also contributing, and it's the way of the world anymore. Trying to make sure I keep my mask on as I make my way through the atmosphere. But you can't be too careful. Every cent spent is a vote for the kind of world we're co-creating, folks. So be mindful. Think about how your actions contribute to the world we are co-creating. I certainly am. I've done what I can to support the Washington Tattoo, established in 2019. It has really taken off in the last years. Been touted by George W. and Laura Bush, among others, for his work on behalf of veterans, of which they created quite a few. With the ill-fated, seems to me, exploration of regime change by military means. I want you to go vegan. PETA says, join the Animals Party. Sign up at PETA.org, PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Across the way, you see flags of Estonia, the Estonian embassy, and Ukrainian flag there in solidarity. Estonia bordering on Russia, having difficulties from time to time. So that building has been recently redone. Quite a bit of surveillance camera activity there. And I'm surveilling it myself. Cosmos Close Powell Room, part of the staff of the Cosmos Club. My wife said we were invited to something over there, but she doesn't feel like paying the small fee for admission. I'm fine with that. Whew. Used to go there and join my friend Sophie for events like the launch of her book, Love Alba, about a love affair of an older woman from the eyes of her cat. Sophie's quite a character. She's been on my guest on the Hair Wings podcast a couple of times. Her latest work, called The Wonder and Happiness of Being Old. Not of growing old, of being old. And I do love talking to Sophie. I should try to drum her up again, so to speak. Fifes and drums are near and dear to my heart, as anyone will know who follows me closely. And we did see some piping and drumming going on. One of my fellow alums was on stage, John Parts, as a fifer for a short part of the performance. And on it goes. We have a countdown I think I can jump across in front of this traffic. Yep, I made it. Coming up on the restaurant Annabelle, formerly Nora. Annabelle has a wide range of things available: duck breast, prime Angus Terrace Major, striped bass, wild mushroom, risotto. Looks good. So, someday maybe I'll try Annabelle. I don't know. Could take Len down there, though crossing this terrain is difficult. My dear wife, paralyzed on the left side of her body as she is. Oh, cute little mushroom lights. There was a fire recently in one of the houses that faces out onto this street. I don't know which one. I think she said it was 2152, though, so it'd be down there, a ways away from me. If so, I think I'm right about that. Yep, it appears so. We had thought it was next door to Jeremy, but it's not. Backside of this darker building. It's where our friend Jeremy lives in the English basement level. Little plant in the window there. Whew. Gonna jump across here. What's there? Oncoming traffic. Out of the way. D74 bus coming down. Fare required. Heading to Potomac Park. Be sure to Quanah across the way. Backside of it. Rat infested place. On the corner, a Georgia mansion is for sale for $12.5 million. Traffic coming down. I'm up there somewhere. What's that? I think I was that far away. Far enough. Yeah, I'm up close to the corner, aren't I? Can't really see it. Again, Coldwell Banker Realty is selling a unit at the back end. My neighborhood. I think that's it. I can't really tell. Yeah. No? Maybe not. Up there somewhere, though. Definitely need to think about where I parked. Whew. Buggy. Ready to be inside. I'm almost there. Thanks for joining, if you have. Lots of bottle brush trees. Okay, fair enough. And onward. Good to see ya. Be the change you want to see in the world, and remember, every cent spent's a vote for the kind of world we're co-creating.